Hello, friends. How are you all? I'm sure you must be staying healthy and must be studying regularly. Children, I welcome you all to today's session. Do you remember what did we do yesterday? Yes, we had started a story session. Do you recall the story? Very good. So, today let us continue our story. The title of our story was The Elephant and the Forester. Should I ask you certain things? Yes. All right. Can you tell what did the elephant do to the forester? You're right. The elephant was very kind. And when the forester had come to the forest, the elephant had helped him to find the way. And then the forester went back to his city Varanasi. There he saw a shop selling things made of ivory. Then he asked the shop owner about the price of the tusk of a living elephant. When the forester came to know that price of a living tusk is very expensive, he became greedy. And then he had thought of coming to the forest again. And what happened then? The forester had asked the elephant that if he could give his tusk to him, the forester could repay his debts. So this all happened yesterday. Now let us find out what happens next. Children, before that, I want you to have a look at this picture. What do you see? Very good. You have recognized it correctly. This is the white elephant of our story, and this is the forester. But what is he doing now? Oh my God, he is cutting the tusk of the elephant. Why is he doing so? And why is the elephant allowing him to do so? We shall find out all these answers today in our story. So, are you ready? Let us begin. The elephant sat down immediately and extended his trunk to caress the forester and said, I will be glad to give you both of my tusks. So, children, when the forester had asked the elephant for his tusk, the elephant sat down immediately. Immediately means at once, and put forward his trunk to caress the forester. What do you mean by caress? Caress means when you lovingly touch someone. And then the elephant told him that I will be glad to give you both of my tusks. So the elephant was so kind. The forester beamed at his good fortune. Beamed means? Yes, beamed means he had a broad smile. And why so? Because now his good luck was there. He wanted the tusks only, and he was getting them. He had come fully prepared and took out his saw. You can see in the picture. Soon he removed most of the tusks, leaving only two stumps attached to the elephant. The elephant departed in great pain, but was happy that his tusks would relieve the forester from his debts. That was the gentleness and generosity of the elephant. He had such a big pain. Of course, when someone cuts the tusk, the animal must have had a pain. And when he was leaving in pain, he was still happy because he was thinking that his tusk would help the forester to clear his debts. Wow, how great the elephant was, and how bad the forester was, isn't it? All right, children, as we had always been doing, let us try some comprehension based on these tests. I have always guided you that whenever you read anything, try to comprehend it. So, the first question for you based on these texts is, what was the good fortune of the forester? Yes, children, what was the good fortune for him? You're right. The good fortune was that he got the tusk of the elephant. Second question. Why was the elephant still happy? It is written in the last line that he departed in great pain but was happy. So why so? Let us see the answer. The elephant was happy as he could help the forester. Isn't it? The elephant was thinking that only. Let us see certain vocabulary based on the text. Are you ready? Very good. So we have the first question for you. What kind of noun is the word fortune? Do you remember? In previous session also, we had done a lot of vocabulary and we had revised almost all the nouns that were there in the story. So let us now answer this. I'm sure you must have got it. Yes, it is an abstract noun. Fortune means luck. What kind of noun is the word saw? Yes, children, saw, you remember? That was the tool with which the forester was cutting the tusk of the elephant. You're right, this is a common noun. Question 3. What is the synonym of the word departed? Yes, children, what is the synonym? It is left. Next question for you. What is the antonym of immediately? Yes, children, what is the antonym? You're right. Immediately means late. All right. Let us see next. So now, back in Varanasi, the forester received a huge sum of money for the beautiful tusk. He spent the money in no time, buying luxurious goods for himself and his family. Soon he was left with nothing. Should I have cut a little more? The greedy forester thought as he tossed and turned in bed. Finally, his greed won over and he started for the forest in the morning. So, what happened? The forester had already known the fact that the tusks were very expensive. So, he received means got. He got a huge means very big sum of money for the beautiful tusk. But he spent the money quickly. In no time means quickly. and he bought the luxurious goods for himself and his family. And then he started thinking that maybe he should have cut little more tusks. And with this thought and greed in his mind, he started for the forest. Let us again try to comprehend this paragraph with the help of some questions. Question 1 for you. How did the forester spend the money? Yes, you're right. The forester bought luxurious goods for himself and his family. Children, whenever you answer the questions, always see the tense of the question. If the question is in past tense, did word is there, so that means it is a past tense. The answer will also be in the past tense. That's why we are using the verb bought. Okay? Let us see next. Why did he return to the forest the second time? Yes, children, you got it right. He returned as he became greedy. Now let us see some vocabulary. What is the synonym of luxurious? Yes, you are right. Expensive. Expensive items are called luxurious items. Let us have second question. What is the antonym of the word beautiful? Beautiful means? Yes, you know, beautiful means pretty. So what is the antonym? Ugly. Let us have the next. Give the past form of the verb spend. Yes, children, it is there in the paragraph. You're right, spent. Let us have another question. Give the past form of the verb win. You got it right. In the last sentence, it is won. You can clap for yourself. Very good. So let us see what happened to our elephant and what did the forester do when he reached the forest. He found the kind elephant. Your tusks have cleared my old debts, but I need money to live. He pleaded again. Pleaded means requested. The gentle, selfless elephant once again sat down and said, "You may have what is left of my tusks." So elephant was so kind. He once again agreed to give off his tusks, what was left. The elephant courageously means with full strength, without any fear. He bore the extreme pain. Extreme means too much. Of course, it must have been painful for him. As the forester pulled out the remaining tusks, the forester then packed the tusks into his bag and headed back to Varanasi, thinking, "I am done with you, my friend. I have got all there is to get." The elephant, torn and trembling. Torn means hurt, destroyed. Trembling means when you shake in fear. Watched the forester go. So after cutting the tusks, the forester simply packed the tusks and went back. He did not even worry for the elephant. And the elephant, in great pain, just watched the forester who was going. Not a word of reproach escaped the elephant's lips. So that was the greatness of our elephant. He was just not disappointed. Reproach means disappointed. He was satisfied that he could help the forester. So, children, you can see the elephant was such a great animal. Let us again try to comprehend some questions. Are you ready? Okay. So, we have the first question for you. What did the forester do after taking the tusk? Yes, children. What did he do? Yes, you got it right. He packed the tusk in his bag and left for Varanasi. Let us see what is the next question. What is the synonym of the word pleaded? I have already shared with you. You're right. Requested. Let us have the next question. What is the antonym of the word courageously? Yes, children, courageously means bravely. So, what is the antonym? You're right. It is cowardly. All right. Let us see next. Give the past form of the verb find. Yes, it is there in the paragraph. It is found. Very good. Now let us see our story. Suddenly, the ground split open before the forester and he was encircled by fire. Encircled means surrounded by fire in a circle. The forester realized that he was being punished for his greed, but it was too late. As the fire consumed the forester, he heard a voice boom out. An ungrateful man is never satisfied, not even if he is given the whole world. So, what has happened now? When the forester was leaving for Varanasi, suddenly the ground split open before him and there was fire all around him. The forester now knew that he was being punished for his greed. But it was too late. Why? Because the fire had consumed him. Consumed means eaten up, finished. And then at the same time, a sound came out. Whose sound was that? Yes, it was the God sound. Definitely. God said, an ungrateful man can never be satisfied. Children, who is ungrateful? You're right. When someone is unthankful. The elephant had done so much for that forester. But the forester did not even say him a thanks. So he was really an unthankful man. That's why he was punished like this. As for the kind elephant, he lived the rest of his life in the peace and quiet surroundings of the Himalayas. You remember? Yesterday our story had started in the Himalayas itself. So, do you like the story? What do you think? The forester is rightly punished or not? I am sure you must be agreeing with me when I say that he was rightly punished. It was so bad of him that he wanted the tusk of the elephant just for his greed. Let us see what happened in the story and In terms of comprehension, how much have you understood? So now tell me, how was the forester punished for his greed? Yes, you have got it. He was consumed by the fire. Next, give the synonym of the word ungrateful. I have just shared with you. You got it right again. It is unthankful. Give the antonym of the word greed. Yes, you have understood it correctly. It is satisfaction. So, actually, children, we should have satisfaction in ourselves. Now, you can see this was the final incident of the story. The forester had been consumed by the fire and he was punished. Why so? Mainly because he cut the tusk of the elephant just for his greed. Isn't it? He had told the elephant a lie both the times. First time also, when he had come to the forest and the elephant had helped him to go back to his city, at that time also he was not feeling thankful to him. Instead, he came back to the forest and told a lie to the elephant that he wanted his tusk to repay his debts. And then again, when his money got over, he again came back to the forest and asked the elephant for his remaining tusk. That was so selfish of him, as well as so unkind. So, children, what do you think? The high five of the story? High five means the learnings of the story. There can be many learnings out of this story. Yes, you have got the right things. We should be kind like the elephant, but we should never be greedy like that forester. And we should help that like the elephant was doing to various animals. We should never tell a lie like the forester did. And finally, the main thing, those who harm others because of their greed meet the same fate for their cruel deed. What do you mean by this? Children, we should never harm anyone, not even by mistake. But those people who harm others for their greed, they meet the same fate. Means God does the same to them. Fate means luck for their cruel acts. Deed means acts. So that is the most important learning of the story. If you do right to others, right will happen to you. But if you harm others because of your greed, then God will surely punish you for your cruel act. Alright? So never do anything wrong. Okay? Did you like the story? I'm sure you must have liked it in the same way as I enjoyed it sharing with you. Now, children, there is a task for you. Okay, are you ready for the task? The task is you have to make sentences with the given words in your English notebook. I'm sure you must have an English notebook in which you are following the learnings of every session. So, in this task, the words are courage, pain, peace. Students, these words are from your story itself and you have to make sentences with them. One sentence with each word. Alright? So, in all, how many sentences? 3 sentences with the 3 words. I hope you must have enjoyed this story session and must have learnt all the grammar and vocabulary that we have covered so far. Students, always remember English is a language. Whenever you read it, try and comprehend it. Whenever you go through any material, learn the vocabulary. With this note, I thank you all for today's session and hope it must have been a pleasant journey for you. Till the next session, see you and stay healthy. Bye.